2 years into comedy, I get a headliner gig, which is insane. There was a dropout, and they needed someone. They got me. It's a casino in Temecula, California. Now, if you don't know where Temecula is, start doing meth. You'll end up in Temecula, okay? You just get there eventually. So I'm doing the gig there. It's the night after my first show. It goes really well. This is a Friday night. And then I get a phone call, and it's some organizer from a golf tournament saying, hey, I run a celebrity charity golf tournament that's playing here tomorrow. One of our celebrities dropped out. Do you want to play in the golf tournament? Now, you might be thinking, why is he calling a midget to play in a golf tournament? He was probably thinking that same thing, but I play golf. I freaking play golf. And before you make the joke, fuck you, not miniature, okay? Not miniature. I play actual golf. I'm not there, oh, it's the windmill hole. Isn't it great? Like, I'm not doing that. I play real golf, okay? My dad started me playing golf when I was 2 years old, all right? So I'm actually kind of good at it. But I think the only reason why my dad started me playing golf is not because he wanted to spend time with me or because he wanted to advance my character or nothing. Like, he just wanted to make dad jokes. He just wanted to make dad jokes. That's it. Like, my dad's not a dwarf. He's tall, so he loves making dad jokes. And, like, so when we go play golf, he'd make the same one every time. His name's Pete, and all his friends would be like, hey, Pete, you're taking your kid out to play golf. Is he any good? And his response would always be, he's okay, but he's got a hell of a short game. Every time. Not some of the time. Every time. To the point where I would be mouthing the joke along with him, just standing behind him. And you think that's bad, but I started to like it. All right, I started to like it. I started to like the game, and I started to like dad jokes to the point where I would write my own, where I would show up with my dad, and people would like, hey, Pete, your son plays golf. What's his handicap? And I would yell out, dwarfism, you asshole. So I played golf, and I had my clubs with me that weekend. So I was like, yeah, I'll play in the celebrity golf tournament. That sounds awesome. By the way, I am not a celebrity. I don't think I'm one now. I certainly wasn't one back then. But they wanted me to play, so I said, all right, cool. They said, all right, meet us down here tomorrow. So I go down to the course the next day. I got my little golf outfit on. And I'm not going to lie to you, a midget in a golf outfit is adorable, okay? It's awesome. Like, I look like the top of a 4-year-old's birthday cake, okay? It's pretty incredible. So I walk and I got my clubs. Now, for the celebrities, they all have their names on their carts, and then they have non-celebrities playing with them, so they know where to meet up. They meet at their celebrity's cart. So I'm looking for my cart, and I don't see my cart. I'm looking. I'm like, all right, there's Bill Engvall. That's cool. There's Screech. True, he was there. And then there was the guy that played Carlton on Fresh Prince, Alfonso Ribeiro. He was there. And yeah, okay, so not the best celebrities, all right? But I can't find my cart. I'm looking all over. I cannot find my cart. So I go to this tournament organizer and I say, hey, my name's Brad Williams. I'm a celebrity. I don't have a cart. By the way, if you ever have to say I'm a celebrity, you're not a celebrity, all right? No one goes, take my picture, I'm a celebrity. No, you're not, okay? So I'm aware that I'm not a celebrity. So I go, I can't find my card. He goes, oh, I know where your card is. And he takes me to this cart, and there it is, right there on the name tag, Wee Man. For those of you who don't know, I am not him. But that is something that has happened to every dwarf their entire life, okay? We always get mistaken for other little people. Usually it's the midget of the moment, whoever that is. So 10 years ago, we were all Wee Man from Jackass, all right? And that sucked. That sucked. People think you're Wee Man. They run up, they kick you in the balls, they toss you in the shopping cart. It's horrible. Now it's not so bad. Now everyone just thinks I'm Dinklage from Game of Thrones, okay? That's not that bad. I don't mind when people think I'm Dinklage. That's cool. Like, he's funny. He's a great actor in the show. He bangs a lot of hookers. Like, I feel like he's so popular, I could just run up to a random woman, start humping her leg, and be like, I always pay my debts, okay? I can do that. If you watch the show, that's hilarious. If you don't watch the show, you have no idea why everyone's laughing right now. That's funny to me. So, most people, if this happened to them, would get really pissed off, very angry. Me, I'm a sick freak comedian, and I go, this is going to be a great story. Like, I don't freak out. I just look and I go, all right, I'm Wee Man today. Now, I was going to tell my group of non-celebrities the whole story because I didn't want them to be disappointed, all right? But then, as soon as they saw me standing in front of the cart, they lit up. And they're like, oh my God, we got Wee Man? Yes! We got a good celebrity. Our friend's got to play up the ShamWow guy. That sucks. And so, like, they're psyched. They're beyond thrilled to be playing with Wee Man, and I'm like, I can't break their hearts. I can't be the guy that's like, I'm actually a comedian. You don't know who I am, but maybe I'll be on Comedy Central one day. Like, I can't do that. So I go, all right, I'm gonna be Wee Man. And God damn it, I was Wee Man that day. All right? When we were playing, I'm telling them stories about the show. This is when Jackass was in its heyday. It was in its prime. And they're asking me questions. I'm answering them. I don't know the answers. But I'm just like saying stuff. They're like, is Steve-O crazy? I'm like, let me tell you a crazy Steve-O story. And I start, they're like, you guys get a lot of girls? I'm like, there's STDs named after Steve-O. It's it. By the way, I'm friends with Steve-O now. And I've told him this story. He loves it. We're cool. Side note, when I'm hanging out with Steve-O, it's impossible to convince people I'm not Wee Man. They're just like, he can't know too. So we start playing and we're having a good time. And these guys, they're drinking, we're playing holes, and we're donating money to charity. I'm getting them to donate more. Oftentimes in these special tournaments, holes will be sponsored by certain corporations that are trying to raise more money for whatever charity you're playing for. We pull up to a hole that's sponsored by Hooters, all right? And there's these Hooters girls, they all got wings, we're gonna eat, we're gonna do that. And one of the Hooters girls, now remember, I'm driving up in a cart that says Wee Man on it, right? I'm driving up, we see the Hooters girls, we're all excited. One of the Hooters girls jumps up, walks towards me with her finger pointing and goes, that's not Wee Man. And now everyone's like, what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm going to Wee Man. I'll kick myself in the head right now, bitch. Like, I can do that. And then she goes, no. That's not Wee Man. I fucked Wee Man. That's not Wee Man. First of all, kudos to this girl, okay? She's willing to admit in front of a group of strangers and her coworkers, oh, by the way, I fucked a midget, okay? Like, kudos to her. And when that happens, I immediately, like, run over to her, and I kind of grab her by the wrist, and I pull her aside, and I kind of explain the situation to her. I go, listen, I know I'm not Wee Man. They think I'm Wee Man. I'm just a comedian. They put my name on the thing because all midgets look alike to these assholes. And then I'm not him, but I'm playing along, so they donate to charity. They think they're going to have a good time. Like, I'm just play along with it. And then, like, I peeled off $60. And if you're a Hooters waitress in Temecula, that's a lot of fucking money to you. And I gave her the $60, and she's like, all right, cool. And then she goes like, oh, my mistake. That is Wee Man. That is Wee Man, guys. That's Wee Man. Once again, kudos to this woman. Not only is she saying like what her sexual life is like to these strangers, now she's saying, I'm so much of a whore, I could fuck a midget and forget about it. So, problem solved, right? We're all back to normal. The guys start teeing off. I kind of slink to the back to talk to this girl. I go like, so you you fucked Wee Man? She's like, yeah, I slept with Wee Man. He came into my Hooters, we hit it off, and then he said he had a hotel room nearby, so I went to the hotel room and we had our fun. It's like, that's awesome. She's like, yeah, he was such a nice guy. Like, he took pictures with all the staff and everything. And she's like, here, I'll show you. She pulls out her phone and she pulls up a picture and she goes, yeah, there's us. And then my mouth drops because I'm like, that's my other dwarf friend, Sean. How many people has she told this story? I don't know, but from that day on, oh God, I love golf even more. And that's one more dwarf joke that I can make on the course. I'm Brad Williams. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.
That's my man, Brad Williams, man.